the entire situation has deteriorated. Food inflation has skyrocketed, which means that food is unaffordable to a lot of people. The unavailability of fuel means that people can't actually get to work and then earn an income. And LIRNeasia did a survey in 2021 where we looked at the percentage of people who were working from home during a lockdown, and you found that only about 20% of people could work from home. So that means a lot of people just can't get to their jobs. So we're dealing with a really difficult situation. So you do need to provide that support at this very difficult time, despite some people's reservations about, social safety nets broadly. And what we propose is providing cash transfers to people. That is what has been implemented so far. 5,000 rupee grants have been given. Now they've actually inflation adjusted it somewhat to 7,500, which is a good step. I'm not sure if it's sufficient to help people, but again, it's something. And what we find through our research is that when you give these cash transfers, it provides people food security, it helps with people's mental health, it provides financial security, people can use it for investments. So there's a lot of reason why it is a good thing, but there's obviously been issues in terms of how they've been distributed and the administrative system in which it operates. So one of the ways in which we've thought of perhaps dealing with that issue is providing these transfers through mobile money accounts or bank accounts. Because even if you look at the 30% of households that get welfare on the regular, 77% of those households do have a bank account. So we can get the money across to people that way. So that's potentially one way that we can reduce leakages. It's one way that we could potentially reduce the administrative costs that we've been talking about so long. So that's one way to tackle it. But of course, one of the other big issues with Samruddhi is that there is a targeting problem, in that there are people who shouldn't be getting it who are getting it, and people who should be getting it who aren't, right? So that problem needs to be dealt with in a more long-term way. So we have been looking at different ways through which you can actually identify the poor. You can identify the newly poor by looking at things like, electricity consumption and call detail records. So there are new ways through which you can actually identify these poor people. Lots of reforms need to be made in that regard to improve the social safety nets, but the social safety nets in principle are really important and should be focused on.